Oh, okay, so we got this left to file down. You have to file all this by hand, or block it all by hand. The doors, the bulk of the doors we did with a line file. You can do those with a small block or a round block. I prefer round, but again, we got guide coat and everything, so now we're going back through and we're getting the areas of concern with filler. This side's almost ready to start that consideration. This time, this side we've already started that. We got some fill down there. That whole thing, it wasn't rotted, it was just dinged up, so we fixed it. We're actually going to paint that affixed to the car, even if we have to lift the car to paint that whole spoiler piece, because it's fragile and it's already fucked up. Leaving it on the car to preserve it's our best shot. That's why we're doing that. The other side will go on before we paint as well. We're going to have to draw a piece of tape, sand the style line, piece of tape on the bottom, draw the style line to get that door line straight. That was dinged up down there. In all, it's a really straight car. And it's all been blocked down to 80 with the body work. Everything else is 180. We get around to the flexible parts after lunch, and we should be done. We should be done in body work yet today. So I'll kind of stick around, show you guys, you know, the processes we've got it. We'll see you soon. Lucky it's 6 land time. We got these roughed in. After Jeremy gets them prepped, I'm actually going to run around and etch the bare steel where there's bare steel. And as long as we don't break the skin, that should leave us in a better position later. That's going to be the effort. We'll see. The hood is, you know, it's a, that one probably gets slicked in twice, I don't know. Here's the body, final little bit of body work. I think I've got one more wipe and a few spots on the body, and that's it. I think straightening up pretty good. I'm going to get this to fit better because that looks like ass. These rubber components, you know, over age. Went ahead and stripped it out. We got a hole up there. I'm going to cut it out and fix it. It's not bad. The inner rocker seems to be in good shape, so the floor itself can eat shit. We got all that out of the way and safe. I may take some plastic up there later and cover it so it doesn't get dusty. Edge prime along the tail section. I still need to get these bolts loosened up. I haven't bothered yet. But really, in all, it's a great, pretty straight little car. I think this was the most crooked panel right here. And I mean, you can see the surface through the filler. Just a little ding, that's all. Going back white, so we're good there. So Jeremy, how do you feel about progress this week?
What's that?
How do you feel about progress on this week?
I think we did pretty well.
We went ahead and decided to take the doors off. I decided to take the doors off. It was the door situation. I had to pull the carpet up, pull the driver's seat and the carpet back to get that floor spot cleaned up. At that point, everything else is pretty well taken apart by the owner, so it's kind of a no-brainer. Less stuff to worry about fucking up while we're painting. Then with the doors, the situation of consideration, you know, is the vinyl going on the clear coat or under the clear coat? I think the verdict's come down, it goes under the clear coat, or on the clear coat rather than under. I read the destruction sheet, and it does not seem that it's compatible to put clear coat over. So the door kind of became its own situation with I needed the locks and handles out. And then we got to looking at it. When I got to looking at it, it needed to have the belt molding pulled off. Well, the belt molding you can't pull off without pulling the glass. Well, we got the glass out, the door handles and locks are easy. The glass is now sandwiched with some foam. The belt molding came off easy. I don't know. I mean, makes our life easier. And I don't think it really adds a whole lot to the build. Trying to tape off belt moldings and fuck around with that and you get lift or something crazy. The original idea was we shoot a hole, except for the hood and the trunk lid. Alright, so that piece over there, I've got secured back up. We're doing it on the car. This one, when you get fixed up and back on there, I wound up, and that's an ugly fucking weld, but it worked. That was much prettier. We broke all these little fucking bolts. I cleaned this up with the roll lock and edge primed it. We're gonna roll in here real quick, take a look at some parts. As Jeremy's shutting down. The hood's not 100% straight. We did some fiberglass to preserve, basically killed the rust, dealt with what we could with what we had as per orders issued. So we piled it high, slick sand on there. Doors and trunk lid are in slick sand. Anything interior work, any of the interior work is just going to get sanded down properly, and we'll use some etch prime that we can paint over. That's where we're at. Mission must-haves is tub and slick sand, which means I got to get the small parts for getting primer on the car, which is just the one rear part. We're actually using like a trim adhesive in lieu of the 3M tape they use for sealing them down nice and tight and making that look good. Yeah. So we got a long ways to go, but you know, our aim is a second, so we'll see how that happens. Wow, we made it in a video. Thanks for checking in. Come back on the next one. See what the hell we're doing next time. Subscribe, comment. Find us on over on the old Facebook, Smith Welding Restoration LLC on Facebook. Numbers at the beginning. Have any questions? Call.